Hello, I'm Casey Clark, NAPEO's President and CEO. Welcome to the latest edition of NAPEO News Studio, where we'll give you a rundown of all the work we've been doing on your behalf over the last few months. In Washington, we've kept up the pressure on the IRS, imploring them to process the hundreds of thousands of legitimate employee retention tax credit claims. PEO clients played by the rules, and they're having their claims held hostage to the rampant fraud that continues to bog down the system. We aren't letting them off the hook, and we've enlisted the help of some of our friends in Congress to hold them accountable. We've made it clear that we're supportive of efforts to weed out fraud in the program, but the IRS should be able to walk and chew gum. Yes, hold the promoters accountable, but also process the good claims languishing in the backlog. And we've started to see a little progress. The agency has now agreed to process some 50,000 claims, and will keep the pressure on the IRS and Congress until all legitimate ERTC claims are paid. Because of our continued effort on the ERTC, NAPEO is now the go-to source for the business community perspective, resulting in positive coverage for the PEO industry in Politico, Bloomberg, The Hill, The Washington Times, and more. We're also stepping up our efforts to strengthen PEO comprehension and support in Washington. As we move further into an already unprecedented election season, NAPEO's continued investment of time and resources to build relationships has never been more important. Next year is going to be a big year. The 2017 tax bill expires in 2025, which means that Congress will be making big changes to the tax code that will undoubtedly impact PEOs and your clients. The relationships we're building now with the policymakers who have the greatest ability to affect our industry will help to ensure we're advancing PEO industry priorities. One of the ways we're doing this is through NAPEO's Bipartisan Political Action Committee. We have a renewed focus on raising the profile of and contributions to the PAC so that we can contribute to those lawmakers who will support the PEO industry and enable our continued growth. This year, we've already donated more than $220,000 to members of the House and Senate, split evenly between Republicans and Democrats. We give to both sides evenly because the issues that impact the PEO industry and our small business clients are nonpartisan. We focus on members of the tax committee, those in leadership positions, the lawmakers that have the ability to advance our priorities. Our 40 for 40 fundraising campaign to raise $40,000 in the 40 days leading up to the annual conference and marketplace was an unqualified success. With your help, we have raised and contributed more this cycle than ever before, but we still have more to do. Contributing to the PAC is an important investment in the PEO industry. Thank all of you who have joined me in making an investment this year. And I encourage anyone who would like to know more about how you can support NAPEO PAC to reach out to Tom Stoller. To help us raise the PEO industry's profile on Capitol Hill, this spring we partnered with Harris Polling to do some benchmarking reputational research with Capitol Hill and executive branch staffers. We wanted to get a sense of perceptions and attitudes on the PEO industry and NAPEO to give us something to measure our progress against. While the results, not surprisingly, found that we've got some work to do to enhance the visibility and understanding of the PEO industry, those that knew of PEOs think very highly of the work you're doing. They say that PEOs are convenient, efficient, comprehensive. They know we're experts. What's more, the research validated that our messaging about all the ways PEOs help small businesses through better benefits for employees, enable faster growth, and increase success rates really resonates with them. There are also very few negatives attached to our industry, so we're starting with a blank slate and a huge opportunity to tell our own story. I can tell you from my experience in the gaming industry, this is not always the case. We will use what we learned from this research to inform and shape our advocacy efforts going forward. If you're interested in learning more about the Harris Poll findings, you can watch the recording of our recent webinar at napeo.org/Harris Poll. After a winter spent beating back some potentially harmful legislation in the states, we've strung together some big wins this spring and summer. In Ohio, the NAPEO-supported bill codifying the existing practice of allowing PEOs to provide large group health plans to their clients has been signed into law by Governor Mike DeWine. A similar bill passed in Kansas earlier this spring. In Delaware, we scored another big win with the passage of legislation correcting the treatment of small businesses in a PEO relationship under Delaware's new Paid Family and Medical Leave Act. We're now working to ensure that Maine's new Paid Family Medical Leave program includes similar language clarifying that the client employer, not the PEO, will be treated as the employer for purposes of the program. We're also preparing comments on Maryland's new Paid Family Leave program and will continue to monitor the development of regulations in all states that have enacted similar leave programs. Before I sign off, I want to draw your attention to the new and improved NAPEO Forum, an important online tool that allows you to connect and engage with other NAPEO members. If you haven't already, I encourage you to check out all the new features and the more user-friendly interface. When you log in to the NAPEO Forum, you'll find a central social feed where you can like posts directly from your feed and follow discussions that interest you. Quick links that make it easier to find the communities and access content you've been following. An engagement leaderboard with new badges to reward NAPEO members for posting in the forum, replying to discussion threads, and more. We've also recategorized our communities to better suit your needs. There's something for everyone, so go check it out and find communities you'd like to engage in. That does it for this edition of NAPEO News Studio.